What's happening, y'all? Welcome back, episode 10 of the walkthrough for Lords of the Fallen. So, in between episodes, I went ahead and just farmed up enough souls to go ahead and buy the last two larges. We were short to actually get our weapon up to plus 8. So, I got the souls for that, and then obviously I got the souls upgraded, you know, all in all. So, we are looking at 584 AR at plus 8. Not even really getting into our scaling yet, as we're not even 30-30, right? So just get them to 40-40. Towards the end of the game, it's gonna be devastating. I mean, it's crazy when you think about it, because with those last two upgrades, and then like when we're at 40-40, we're gonna go up by 300 points in damage. It's gonna be fucking absurd. So really excited about that. Now I do need to do something with this. We're going to get the exactors. That's what we're going for. So the best catalyst in the game for Radiance, so we can talk about this for a second, is actually linked to Dumbmire's quest. Now, there's technically the best in the game without doing side quests, which we'll get in the Tower of Penance, but only has 3 spell slots. Dumbmire's has better scaling, and it has 5 slots, so we'll get that, but it's going to be a bit, right? So I guess next time we get some souls, maybe we'll try to get that up to plus 5. Let's see, because I don't want to waste any larges on it, right? It's not going to be worth that. We don't use that much. But I want to start getting some damage on our spells for sure. Because we're getting to that point where our spell's going to be more handy. So to upgrade this, 2004. Okay, so I think we can get up one more level. And we're going to do that. But first, let's go to see if we have enough for upgrade, and we do.
Our holy work
so
continues.
now, like I said, once you get past plus 5, it's going to take 2
May
each time.
Aureus' divine radiance flow through me and into you.
Now we got that. Now we got to fast travel to the hoist, tell Byron about Winterberry so he doesn't kill her, and we can actually get that quest done. So let's go ahead and knock that out. Like I said, we're gonna do dervla, start working, or at least talking about the umbral stuff for the secret umbral ending. There's a lot of steps, but some of them, I mean, you're gonna have to wait. It pretty much wants you to sacrifice a bunch of your NPCs. One being the blacksmith. So obviously we're gonna wait as long as we can before we get into this stuff.
The thief's not
after the tower. When we get to
afflicted
the tower,
girl.
we'll take it out.
Does this place look like? Oh, all right. When I find it, I'll. If you thought Katrin wouldn't have. If you thought Katrin wouldn't have ignored.
So we got all that done and over with. We're gonna jump to our seedling. Yeah. So first and foremost, what we're about to do is just finish, the depths, which is like. When you guys see how close to the end we were, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, we were right there. Yeah, we were, but we didn't have time, unfortunately. And I have to talk about weapons and stuff when we pick them up, which we only did for about a minute flat, but still, when there's only 3 minutes left on recording, didn't really have a chance. So, let's go ahead and look at that damage now. It's looking beautiful. Those guys are taking, 3-4 hits before. And also, if you guys want to work towards the secret umbral armor, just remember, pay attention to the tones into the statues, lining up the sound. High, low, and medium tones with the lanterns, high, low, and medium hands pretty much of the lanterns. Now, we already did like the first part of that quest just to show it off. I guess I could have just finished it, but it seems like it would have been just a lot of running around. We go down here, like that. Yep, see, that was the wrong one. So we should be able to light it now since that's the restart. Oh, okay. Well, it's not going to let us light it at all. So we're going to have a parasite down here. I'm not sure if we actually get it. It's like in that. Alright, looks like we got it. Nope, we didn't. It's right over here. Yeah. Take these guys out. Our business is actually right beneath them. It's okay, we'll get him later. And we're gonna unlock this. This is gonna lead up to the platform where the elevator is, which leads up to Byron. So it's just like 2 elevators completely in line with one another. Take him down. Get your message. And we're done with the depths. That's what I'm saying. Like, we were right here, but I was like, well, if I get to the end, I'll have to just run past everything, talk about it so quick that no one's really gonna understand. And I didn't want to do that to newer players. My point is to make sure no one's struggling or missing anything. Most importantly, And that would have made him miss stuff. So right there, get the exactor daggers. If you're doing a dagger build, it's gonna be one of your better ones thus far. And now we are good to go into our boss fight. Let's think about going back for something. What was it? We were to the elevator. We did talk to Byron. So unlike most games, um, sorry, I want to check on my notes for a second. Um, Unlike most games, once you tell Byron about Winterberry, you don't have to go tell Winterberry about Byron and then report back and forth. You just have to tell him. That's it. Just one time, tell him, and it's over. This is dervla, two-phase boss fight. And I don't just mean two phases. I mean two fucking health bar phases. So dervla's going to fight us, a very umbral enemy. So soul phase will work in the first phase, not at all in the second. So you got quite a bit to warn you about. So upon entering the door, she's going to shoot a crossbow bolt at you. It's hitting you is going to hurt, and it has a delayed explosion of umbral magic. She's a colossal sword, which does arcs of umbral magic. So, slow telegraphed attack, sure, but she does a few things. So she could jump back in the air, like, literally jump in the air but backwards, creating distance, shoot you with a spread of crossbow bolts to do umbral magic with a delayed explosion. Other than that, she's like these big AoE slams. She could heal herself if she does that, pop her from range, so you can destroy that withered health she gets, or you could use poison to, get rid of that wither. It's not a bad idea. In fact, let's use poison this fight. I got some, don't I? Yeah, so we'll go and use poison. I don't need it, but let's see what else. Oh, she also, the beginning of phase 2, she will always start with the AoE. It's like this huge invisible orb that explodes. It just creates a whole distance up the arena. I'm going to roll through that, and the rest will kind of explain as we go. So I told you guys, we're not going to die much to bosses in this playthrough. This is one we'll die to. Most likely. I usually die the first time, get her the second. That's just how it usually goes. I'm going to try to be careful. You can't parry her attacks. Just watch out. So once the episodes across, you just don't see it. So I like to go in here with Pietà, the second fight, and you're seeing the damage we're doing. Gotta heal too. Go through that. Get a soul flame while we can, because like I said, we cannot use them in phase 2. Nope. Hey, look at it, she's like one-shots your whole health bar. God, that's fucking second hit comes up so fast. We're not gonna do shit to her this first life, I guess. We'll get her next fight. And I like Pietà next fight. And I think if you're doing Kukujin's fight, you have to bring her here to see us, to remember it's the boss. But I like Pietà because, for one, yeah, buffing that, it's about to jump back, go. But Pietà will actually heal you, and she does, a lot of radiant damage, so it's just nice. Jump through it, remember delayed explosion. Should just do that buff out of nowhere. It's hard to read when it's going to come. And there's the arc I was warning you about off her weapon. And you'll see the first phase isn't even bad. Oh, she's starting to heal herself. That's why I say pop her from range. And I don't plan on beating her this, this attempt. So this is more, guys, about you guys seeing her moveset, right? That's what this is about. There you go. So letting her moveset play out. And just kind of buck it off. We almost got through first phase. It's definitely the hardest fight we came into thus far. It's not an easy fight. And there's no shame in using a summons here. In fact, this is not Elden Ring. We're not having a mimic of ourselves doing bleed everywhere. It's not that. You're meant to use NPCs here. In fact, most of the quests are you dying the first time to the boss and using an NPC to complete the quest, right? So, we got Dama Rose there. I'm going with Pietà. We're not doing Kukujins. If we could, I'm going to say this again. If we could just in case people aren't playing, you know, following along. If there's able to get a freaking platinum one playthrough, I do Kukujin. But since it takes 3 on PlayStation, that's what I'm playing on. And I don't have a, you know, PC and all that shit. We're avoiding the quest that we're able to avoid in the first playthrough because it takes 3 anyways. You might as well just focus on your build in the first playthrough. And I'll always, you know, say that and agree with that statement. Because when you get into New Game Plus, you're already going to have your build. You don't have to worry about it, right? But you're not going to have much of a build if you're sitting there giving Kukujin all shit. As you see, easy as pie, right? I mean, it's not perfect, but pretty not bad. This is actually a pretty rough run. With Pieta, it's easy, and watch your heals. If you see Pieta doing like this AoE circle of holy, she's healing you, so save your heals. Do that if you can. So this phase, as I said, she's always going to lead with this AoE. Hurt and buff so I can dodge this. Dodge to it. Not too bad. And if you just pay attention, work on your dodges, don't get greedy like I just did. And we also just did this to no soul plays, guys. Get that smite off, which is really nice. Watch that stamina. And you gotta bring out some big nails. So these are gonna circle around. You might be focused on PSR right now, so it might help us out. These are gonna circle around and just fucking destroy you. Up with the arc. Sometimes they're just hover there. So if they're spinning, watch out for them. They could also kind of follow you and jump down. I hate how that just comes out of nowhere. Where are you? There goes Mike. Get your last heal. About to take Pieta out. Yeah, Pieta heal. We could still go and knock him, so. Alright, watch out for the nails. Dodge. Dodge. I will say my Umbra weapon did so much more damage on her. It's ranged. Get that shit off of her. Do not let her fucking heal. And there you go. So, that's dervla. Like I said, first real attempt. And I told you guys from the start, or, you know, our first attempt was me shocking moveset. Never planned on living, planned on dying. So, our first real attempt, we got her. You know, that's what I said. All these boss fights, you're going to beat them first, second try. They're not hard. It's always the same thing. Be patient. Get good hits in. Work on dodges. Don't get greedy, and you will beat every boss. No trouble. You know, I mean, that's dervla. That's one of the hardest bosses in the game, in my opinion. In my opinion. There's some that are going to seem much harder, for sure. I just know how to tackle them. Like, there's some, we're fighting 2 people like dervla at the same time, and they're spawning up magic swords and blood loss, and you'll see as we go. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. So from here, we got dervla down, and I would have mentioned her parasites. I just never understood what they did. Maybe they interrupt her healing. That's the only thing I can think. But if she's not healing close enough to them, I don't think they're going to do much. You know what I mean? So before we move on, I don't know what this is about. I never did. And it might have something to do with that secret Umbral armor quest I never completed that I showed you guys last episode. So this right here takes your mother's soul. Seek scourings. And it's not typical scourings you're thinking of. We have to go buy a scouring clump. It costs 50 Umbral scourings. We have 52. So it's going to wipe us completely out. Which is fine. You know, because we got to get the secret ending. So, because if it's going to take 3 playthroughs for you guys to get platinum, I chose to do the Umbral ending as it's the hardest one to get. It's the hardest boss. This is what people are going to need a guide for the most. The Inferno ending's pretty straightforward. Give Damaro's all the quest items. You know, not too bad. Radiant, light all your beat. It's pretty straightforward. But This one people are going to need help with. Look at that, 24. I think we just need about 3, maybe 4 more points. I'll be good. Let me take this off. No. See how close we are there? Obviously we have a helm too. But yeah, so 3, 4 more points. But I'm probably going to switch this up for a helm we're about to get. And we don't have to get the Umbral Scouring Clump at this time. I mean, I think it's good to. We have 50, but I'm probably about to buy her helm as it's lighter, and you know we'll be able to wear it. Oh, look at that. We actually can't have her on her helm though, like right at the threshold. But her helm is really cool. I did not need to do that. Dervla's helm's really cool. This is probably my favorite or second favorite, but Dervla's might actually be my favorite, so I'm going to grab that. But anyways, we're going to offer the remembrance. If you're doing an Umbral build, if you're doing a quality build, this is your boss remembrance of the game right here. Grab both of these motherfuckers right here. Trust and believe in it. Launch several orbs of Umbral magic which explode upon contact or impact. So a lot of people think this is lackluster. What it does is like when when you're shooting a spell off, it'll throw like 5 orbs in front of you scattered, right? And so only a couple of them hit, they do okay damage. But what you do is you look at the ground and you place them right there under the enemy, and all the orbs will be on top of each other, and it fucking just melts anything. Like we were fighting Skien Stealers, one-shot them. You know, Demon Archers, one-shot them. The fucking Fire Knights, you're one-shotting them, and they have crazy amounts of health, right? Now, quality builds, very worth mentioning. So 29 strength agility, 200 frostbite, a lot of physical and wither. This is truly phenomenal weapon, one of the best quality weapons in the game in my opinion. You also have this for quality builds, no passives, but you get holy fire, you get wither, and a lot of physical. And it's just, crossbows. It's pretty badass. This does what she was doing, but it's different for you. What it's going to do is it's going to summon one huge nail coming from under the ground. I mean, huge, like the size of this fucking room. Not that big. Yeah, probably close, honestly. And then that's going to just come up and hit someone really hard. So Umbral builds. You have the best catalyst in the game of any class, and the best Umbral catalyst, obviously. If you're doing an Umbral build, you need, I'm not saying you need to, but I would, to make the strongest Umbral build you can make. You put this on, this is increased wither damage, fire defense, and holy defense. So it gives you defense against every type of enemy, and it boosts your wither damage. So what I did was Rosamund Sword, 150 frostbite, a lot of, hundreds and hundreds of points of damage with wither. I put this on to increase the wither. Then I got York's Ring from the cold region we're about to go to, which increases frostbite, right? So I'm rocking this. I'm rocking Lost Rousseau's. I'm rocking Latimer's Javelin with your boss remembrance. I want to properly put Umbral builds together for people right now, guys, just because they have everything they need, and it's if you know how to put one together, it's the most damaging build in the game. But if you don't know how to take advantage of wither, it's totally useless. But if you do, guys, you're gonna come over here, Hush Saint, get Latimer's Javelin for your range. Phenomenal. You throw it out, a bunch of root spark with it too, and just really, really damaging. Then I would come down here, I'd rock Barrage of Echoes as your main, just heavy hitting. This is a decent AoE, as I said, it summons a humongous nail coming up. I'm gonna grab her helm for us. Besides that, for Umbral, and then you go over here, Umbral weapon, phenomenal weapon buff. Imbued weapon. So Rosamund Sword, buffing with this, Barrage of Echoes, York's Ring when we get it. This talisman, you're fucking up the entirety of the game. So my spells for that was Barrage of Echoes, the nail, this buff, and Latimer's Javelin, and it's all I ever needed. It's all I ever needed, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, I'd get all this stuff, guys. All this is really good. There's some enemies that you imbue with poison, you don't have to worry about their wither, so use that. And there's another spell we get in the Frost region, which is a quick sword that comes out and does poison damage. So you can either go Frostbite with Umbral, or you can go poison. You get wither and both are damaging. I chose the Frostbite, playthrough, and I didn't regret it one bit. It's fucking crazy good. Crazy good. Now, don't we have 4, so it's going to grab one more Scouring, because I want to get up to 50 to get the clump. So we're at 43 with 7 swords. So this clump, you get it right here. That's what you need. With that, you enter Mother's Lull, then you start sacrificing PCs, and you can get to the Umbral ending. Now, I don't give a shit about Deva Rose. We're not doing Deva Rose's quest, because we're doing the Umbral ending. If you want Inferno ending, give her all the quest items. We can go ahead and kill her off once we get the scouring to do the first part of the Emerald ending, at least getting it going. But we don't, don't need to. But now we're going to hand over the Dark
And
Crusader's Call
dervla
and get
is
something
dead.
great for our build.
Good.
Really great.
There can be no self, for they can plead no ignorance.
Now we go to
We
purchase.
serve a higher purpose.
Usually you have
to
to rest.
strive in darkness.
But we're about to go get a Holy Beam. It's just going to melt everything. A Radiance build. Really badass. And we already got our upgrade from hers. We're good there, so it's going to rest on up. Actually starting to get to my favorite parts of the game, just because this rebuild really starts coming together. Keep in mind, the most devastating Radiant spells aren't going to come for a bit. That's, you're going to wait till we get up to the Manse and the Tower of Penance, the Abbey. That's where we're going to get all that stuff.
Presented with in the manner and following, I have come unorthodox, though I must learn more. Supposedly, and last and
So
bring
he's
it
about to
to
lose
me,
his
so
fucking
I-
mind.
the
He's
book
going to start
Crusader.
dipping into Umbral books and shit. You're a hand over the Umbral tome.
Whatever
You gotta
knowledge
do
this
this.
book
As
might
bad as I
submit
feel
would be
for him,
mine,
we got to get the best Radiant
and
Scouts in the
applied
game.
towards a more
And we'll be able to get that before
You'll
too much
serve a higher
longer.
purpose,
So right here,
Crusader.
get Lucid Beam. If you have a brain in your head and you're doing Radiance build, get this spell. This is going to replace our
to strive in darkness.
So
in
we're not
light
worried
we
about
walk.
ranged anymore. So you do need 22 Radiance for this. So while this isn't going to have the same range, so we might, if you're really trying to bop someone from far away, you might want to throw that back on. Or we could just keep this on, I guess, for now until we find other spells. But honestly, this shield, this is just a drop. It's not guaranteed. Hurl the shield of radiant magic, inflicting holy damage. That's pretty dope, too. 30 radiance. That's 30 radiance. I don't know if it's as good or not. But yeah, so with this, we're just melting shit. Look at that. Holy Beam of Light, just fucking god tier. And as long as you have mana, you can hold that down. Now, it's not going to hit that great until we get a better catalyst and we're getting much more scaling. But when that thing starts to hit, man, I'm telling you guys, fucking easy mode. And then we also are going to get spells where we can like create a lightning storm that lasts forever and just shreds everything in sight. Main bosses, like crazy shit. We fight Judge Cleric, the hardest boss in the game, probably. We're going to melt her. So there's big spells coming, just not as of now, unfortunately. Let's check our runes. Oh wait, nope. Sorry. Check our runes. Nothing new. Nothing new. I wonder if we should upgrade that though. It'll change the. As we get the third tablet, which puts another shape of runes we could equip, I'm wondering if this equips them too. See, your shield only goes up to +5, so what is going to take a few larges, it's not going to take as many as the weapons, so you have to worry about that. I guess for now, let's get this, since it's the catalyst we got. See, now it's in larges, we're not going to fuck with the past 5, but we're at least getting 166 plus 82 damage. And she should sell heavier hitting ones. Yeah, 3,500. Increase radiant scaling attribute. Shield functions. Increase radiance attribute massively. So that's the actual attribute. Then we're kind of looking at fake stats at that point, which I've been trying to get away from the whole game. So from this point forward, we got all of that stuff. Can't buy the Umbral Scouring, and we'll probably do a whole episode dedicated to the Umbral endings. Let's not even worry about it, guys, because I don't want to throw people off, don't want to confuse people. They might not follow along, they miss a step here, miss a step there, and that's why I tell you guys to follow along because of this. But we're just going to wait and do it all in one episode. Might come a point where I'm just like, hey, let's just throw it in the episode, so be prepared. That's why, tell you guys to follow along anyway. But we're going to go on using Sunless Skien Key Door. So, as you see, we jumped over to the mines and get this knocked out. This is going to get us some upgrade bats, shortcuts back to lower power wrath, and most importantly, just get little areas knocked out while we have the time to do so. So with this episode, we should have the time to knock this out in a really short area, and then start working towards the cold region. At least get, to our first vestige in there. Nope. Look at that damage, baby. As I said, if you're using this weapon, don't worry if your smite's not going off enough. Because if you feel like your smite's not going off enough, that's just because you're killing shit too quick. You know what I mean? That's a good thing, guys. It's a good thing. Really, you're going to notice it in boss fights and just with more elite enemies. It's just not fast enough to get it off. But when you do get it off, it's just melting shit, you know. So it's a good thing. Like, if it takes you enough hits to get smite on a little enemy, that means you're not doing enough damage, most likely. Let's go up here. Go to regular beryllium. And there's actually one large you're going to get in this area. It's not much, but they do add up, right? We're going to go down here. We're going to take out a ruiner. We're going to buff up. We're at +8 on our weapon, and that's exactly where I said we'd be. So that worked out just fine. And I only bought 2 of the largest from the traveling merchant. So we still have 3 more we can buy from him. There's the smite. Shocking. But my damage is so good. The only reason we hit smite on him is because he's a ruiner, obviously. We're going to go and heal up. Shortcut back to Lower Calrath. I'm going to take him out. I don't want him following us. We have a big head to fight over here in Umbral, and, you know, I don't want to get killed. Usually he's closer to the ramp and he's trying to, like, follow you in and shit. Alright, so we're about to enter Umbral. We have Potato Head. Just go take him out. And we'll be able to get another upgrade for our healing. It's not going to be enough to actually upgrade our heal. We'll need one more, but at least we're getting a start on it. And then in the cold region, we'll get another. And we get another heal upgrade. I mean, if you're just going to stand there, you know what I mean? If you're just going to stand there, brother. Listen, it's kind of weird not doing a wither build. I've done them so much. I love them. I almost miss it. It's weird looking at enemy health bars and just never getting wither on them, you know, when you're used to doing it. Yeah. Another reason I was trying to tell you guys how to properly put together your Umbral builds, because that's what I did. Rosalind Sword, same spells I told you guys about, same callus, all that stuff, and it was just so much fun. I was going to suggest it for the walkthrough, but I still feel like it's more for advanced players. Even though my very first time playing, that's the build I chose. It was, you know, probably gave me a bit of trouble until I actually figured out how to use it properly. But I mean, it is probably the most devastating build in the game. For sure, definitely one of them. I'd go as far as give it top 2. If it ain't top 1, it's definitely top 2. This is gonna be up there. He's obviously a regular enemy now, and the biggest pain in the ass ever. Gonna take her out. A lot of little bros to deal with. Just one hit apiece at this point. Because they're on the same level as Lower Calrath guys, so, you know. We're past that, our levels are higher than that now. And when I kill both for one hit, love it. AoE clear, baby. Alright, so let me see. We have 7, so I will plant one here. As you go forward, go to the right in here. This is just in case you get yourselves killed. You don't have a runaround. Now, keep in mind, we did open shortcuts to Lower Calrath, so you probably could go to that, you know, checkpoint and then, you know, just run around here, but still, it's just easier. Just circle around the dog when you go up, and as you see, it works out just fine. Step away. Now we're going to go Rogar, and then we have a Demon Archer up top. Most of the time, he's not even paying attention. Oh, he actually, no, he still ain't. I was like, oh, he is for once. Big damage. Now, we have been using every bit of our souls to upgrade. We're at the point now where we're done with that. We don't have the stones, so until we go ahead, we're at +8, so we need 8 largest. Yeah, we won't have any. So until we get 8 largest, it's just, you know, there's no point. Really, we only need 5, because we have 3 more we can go buy from the Traveling Merchant over at the Memorial. So, you know, keep that in mind. If you do get 5, just go buy them from him. You could also farm them up from Ruiners or Holy Bulwarks. I'm about to try our new spell on this asshole. Good God. Look at that shit, guys. He's got a lot of health. He's a very elite enemy, and we just, like, nothing, you know? Which is why I suggested it. Holy Beam, baby. for the win every time. Now, as you see, we're just circling around down here getting our items. Should be one more right here. May have already gotten it. Stepping foot in the lava is just going to be a 1 second death for you. It's that bad. So you can inch up, but don't, take it too far. You can go in Umbral. Have a quick look around. So usually when you enter Umbral, right? If you're in water or anything like that, it drains, and sometimes the lava drains as well. It's not going to be the case here. The lava's just going to kill you. So it doesn't matter if you're in Umbral or Axiom, the lava's going to kill you. It's going to be present. Now all we have left is to go up this tower, get our upgrades, and then head on over to the fight. Beef, fight, whatever, call it what you will. I call it the fight. Alright, we're Rogarson to go up. Usually he's like right in front of the ladder. I don't know where there he is. He moves around, so. Got him. Interrupt his attack. See, only colossal weapons interrupt that attack. You do that with a light sword, he's just gonna pop you right in the fucking skull, Let me get over here. There you go. 3 regulars, 4 smalls, and 1 large. Like I said, there's only 1 large here, but yes, they do add up, So now we only need 7 more. We have 3 we could buy, so that's 4. All we need is 4 more. Go buy 3, and we have all the stones we need to get to plus 10. Plus 8 is fine. It's gonna be all we need. We've already cleared everything behind us. Matter of fact, I'm trying to think. There's a moth lady over there. I wonder if we should take her out in Umbral. But we'd have to kill everything. And if you want to, because she could drop seedlings, you can. But there's no real need to do this now. Now we want to jump on over to the windmill vestige. All the way back in Red Corpse. So this is how we're going to get to the fight. Now we could have came here much earlier, but we just weren't ready. We weren't high enough level. So this zone is extremely hard. A lot of big enemies do a lot of damage. But they all do frostbite. Frostbite not only is going to melt your health bar, everything's going to kill you in a couple hits. I'm not over exaggerating. Most things are going to kill you in 2 hits. So it sucks, but we'll get through the same. It's like this big vast zone at the same time, and there's a lot here, but it just goes really quick. I'd say next episode we'll be done with it. That's how quick it goes. This shield ain't lacking either. Everything's just bouncing off of it, stuns the enemy for a second. I love it. You get your map, then we can go on up here. We already grab it? We may have already got it. Oh, no, we didn't. Splitting axe. So, the first boss we're about to fight, we actually have to get an Umbral to enter here through this cave. Where is it? Yeah, to get an Umbral. Be a couple guys to kill here, then we get to our first boss. So he's like one of them holy bulwarks, but he's different. He's a frostburst. They call him something else, but I can't pronounce it. But he has this big ass colossal axe, and you can get it. And you could have came here earlier, to get it. And it's badass. That's 150 frostbite. So anytime he does like a slam attack down, what's gonna happen is even if you parry it with a small shield, if you parry it, it's gonna do a burst of frostbite. So you have to dodge the initial hit, then you have to dodge the frostbite. I'm just giving you a warning in case, for a reason, I forget to mention it. I don't think I will, but just in case. Now we do have a few enemies to kill along the way before we get there. And it would have kind of been cool to do this earlier area, or this little beginning area earlier, and then just come back to the rest. We can get another upgrade for a lantern here, and then that axe we can get from the boss. It's for quality builds, but still, it's really badass. It probably would have helped people, but I didn't want to risk advancing quests and fucking shit up. So I'd rather just be safe. But yeah, if you guys don't care about that kind of stuff, you're doing a new playthrough, doing quality. Keep in mind, you can come up here and get a badass axe. Right, now we're about to the boss. Actually, come get all of our souls. You can plant a seedling here. I usually wouldn't recommend it. I don't care to do it. It's right up here. But we don't want to run past all these guys every time. You know, you got to be an arm roll. We have like 67, we have 5 seeds. Then this gentleman's going to drop one because all bosses do. So we've been doing okay with saving them up. I think we're alright. And also we do meet the requirements for another level, so try to get this endurance pretty much wrapped up and we jump on over to health. There's only need a few more points in endurance. I put my new helm. So what I picked up from dervla, you're gonna notice that's 8.1, that's 7.9. Not much, but it is lighter. It just looks really badass. Look at that with our armor set. We got in-game shit here, guys. Rather wear these. How's that look? Looks really badass. I was trying to do the grade or something. It just looks really good, so I wanted to check. Oh yeah, see we're way over. We need multiple more levels. But if I was okay with wearing these, that would save a little bit of weight. We're still gonna be over, but not as much over, and that's probably gonna be our set for the game. So like I said, we still need a few more, but you gotta remember we'll eventually be able to take some weight off the shield once we get the runes for it. And the one that's taking our weapon weight off this, we're gonna get rid of, put it on the shield. Then yes, we're gonna get more points in stamina, and then there's another. Is it a rune that adds some to stamina? So. And then some that adds some to health, so, you know, we're working towards getting our weight right. Because I don't want to keep on this ring forever, because we're going to want more holy damage. We're going to want, you know, so we're probably, I went the wrong way, we're probably just going to just work up our endurance close to 30. I mean, you could beat the game with 30-30 on your damage stats easily. So, you know, let's get our base stats right. But we still have so much of the game left. As long as we get towards the end game, because the end game takes so long. And like we're in our damage stats towards the end game, we're good. So run all the way to the back, siphon right here. Very good. Now we want to ignore this fuck. We got the dog. If you get hit, it's okay. So if you notice, I just carried him, and I was fine. If you have a small shield and you think you can just parry him, you're wrong. You're gonna have to dodge that cross explosion. Only great shields can parry him and, you know, actually survive that. God, this poison's crazy. Because usually you'll parry him and then you still get hit with the frost. I've noticed the great shields hold up with this, but the mediums still get the frost one. So, you know, it's just worth, you know, being on the lookout for that. See, that's what happens. It's okay, he's done. So I didn't even want to plant a seedling there. I knew I was going to be just fine, you know, but still. And that's another level. So there's a vestige right in front of us, and I should run for it. But we have stuff in Armor to do, but I have 10,000 souls, so you know what I mean. Not taking a risk. Or feel like I have to backtrack like crazy. Probably not that far. I wonder if we have enough skulls to get one more level. Trying to get this endurance done with, you know what I mean? That's only work. Oh shit, hell yeah. That's our 3 levels since we got here, so we'll knock it out quick, guys. 27. It's typically where I stop, but for some reason we still have a lot of weight going on. See what I'm saying? And that's lighter greaves, lighter helm. Gotta do with my runes. So I'd say, well, we're not that far heavy though. We'll see it slowly go down. What you want to do is find the weapon you want to use for the entirety of the game. Shield, not so much. Like, you should find the shield you want to use for the entirety of the game too, but later game has some really good shields. So, and you have runes, so it'll take weight off. So I won't worry about that so much. But find all the equipment. You like this armor, like I could use this all game. Like this weapon, I could use this all game. Figure out what your weight is. Then just keep working endurance up point for point. Watch taking off your, you know, your weight ring, so you can see how much you're over. and just keep grabbing levels and see where you need to stop at. That's be the best way to do that. So now we're gonna go back down. Try not to rest if you don't have to, because then that dog and that parasite's gonna spawn in every time. So we have a big head to deal with, and then we can get our upgrade for our lamp. God, 1,000 on the charge. I mean, the charge is still 1,000 ARs in one hit. Wow. That didn't even hit right. That did. That's like 1,300 for a special attack. Really nice. Alright, just gonna grab that. Your lantern upgrade. And we should need to stay in Umbral. Andovian. I don't know. I never knew how to say it, so I just always like, oh, get your lamp upgrade. I went the wrong way, didn't I? No? This looks the same. Yeah, that's right. That's wrong. It kind of looks the same. It's like you come through this tunnel and get to the open area, then you go through like this other tunnel. So it's kind of hard to tell. But as we move forward, we're actually up to our next message. Now, if we have enough time, I'm going to try to do the first path. We have to unlock this main gate of the region. Like, that's how you get to the main region. But you go up here and do like this huge loop around, like a horseshoe. You go in here, then you come out here. That's the lever up there, which you have boss fights and a bunch of other shit to do along the way. So let's see if we can fit it in. We're 41 minutes. We should be good.
Your grace sustained me in these most desperate days, in the darkness through which I fight. It seems to approach ever closer.
Beautiful, beautiful spell.
I fear the weight of this profane work will crush me.
You gotta get this for a quest. Dark Crusader quest line.
I turn to you in my moment of doubt, and will endeavor to remember that this role which perturbs me so is merely a necessity in the performance of your will. And in that, I vow to be resolute. Please continue to hold my brother Samuel in your radiant embrace forevermore.
That talks forever. Some of these last a long time. Wait until you get to Tancred. That boss, oh my god. To get the almost growing, it takes so long, bro. It takes so fucking long. It's the longest stigma in the entirety of the game. Hands down, nothing comes close. It feels like it lasts for 20 minutes. Probably lasts for 2. It feels like a long time, though, I assure you. So we're not there yet.
But don't be unfortunate. And his, after all.
Yeah, so we need one more. What were we coming to do? Yeah, lamp upgrade. And you notice Delmar's moves here. You still buy stuff from him. He's getting towards the end of his quest line when we hit the tower. He's just kind of telling you to go to the tower.
The tome was most enlightening. But it offered only the most minuscule glimpse into the depths of Umbral. Fragmented suggestions of what I already suspected to be so much more. Those with an interest in Umbral are condemned as heretics by the Hallowed Sentinels, and typically incarcerated within their prison tower. I wonder at what morsels of Umbral insight might be found within those walls. Go and gather what you can. To the tower, Crusader, and be swift.
Like I say, you can still come and buy stuff. I also got the red hand here, pure physical weapon, no passives, no elemental. Really, we should buy this just so we have everything, but I'm not going to use it. It's just pretty lackluster, in my opinion. I do not care for it at all. Yeah, you can still buy stuff, but he's like slowly loses his mind, kind of, not really going evil, but something's off with him, you know what I mean? He's going to fucking turn to a psychopath. It's not going to be a danger to anyone but himself, but, yeah, I mean, he turns to a fucking psycho. Real shit. Alright. We picked up some glass, we're gonna turn that in. Just slowly putting this mirror back together. I gotta finish up looking up how to do that quest. I just don't remember it from the, my initial notes on the walkthrough. So lantern upgrade. I do want to check out these rooms though. We picked up a few new ones. I just don't know if they're the right shape for us, but I want to try to see if we can do something about adding more health or getting some weight down. Reduce weapon weight. I don't want to keep that in the full time, but that would help us for now. Can we put that on the shield? I already have reduced shield weight on. Reduce wither damage while blocking, so you have. I hate to have weight on the weapon and, you know, on the weapon and the shield, because it wouldn't get all the effects would get, although it would be temporary. I'm not really gonna fuck with it. Now we're good to go. Alright. Moving forward. Try to get this shit knocked out real quick. So we're gonna go over to Fife. Alright, so now let's see if we were talking about 15 minutes. It's gonna be close, but I do believe we may have enough time to pull this off. We're looking for the other ladder right here. Like I said, it's just gonna be like a big ass U-turn. Go up this way and go on out to the left side. So moving forward, we're gonna have some dogs. Visible archer who now does frostbite damage. So remember, if you get inflicted with frostbite, you lose half your stamina bar. We've talked about this before with other fights. It happened just like once. This is definitely the most annoying final boss fight of the zone too. We'll get to. Hopefully, we get our weapon to +10 by then. Whether for farming or whatever we got to do, it's gonna help. But so everything does frostbite. It's gonna melt your health, completely fucking melt your health bar. But it also is going to take away half your stamina. So we're gonna start picking up frostbite cure. I would highly suggest you putting on your quick items. That's gonna give you your stamina back, and it's gonna cure you of your frostbite damage. And kind of raise your resistance to it as well. So it's just gonna be really nice. In fact, let's see if I hate how it just auto slots shit. Like, I don't care for that. Why are you on there? So we only have 3 at this time. Save them. Don't use them unless you absolutely need them. There's 2 boss fights in this zone. That's what I would use them for the most part. You're going to see stuff in Umbral. We want to get rid of our dog archer first. Like I said, you could have came here much earlier, but I'm sitting here at a +8 weapon. And it's taking 2 hits to kill a dog, right? So while you could have came here earlier, I wouldn't probably advise it. If you want to come in, you know, the first section and grab your axe for quality builds, so you get that frostbite axe, that's dope. You know, that's cool. Get your lamp upgrade, but I wouldn't go past the business, right? So just stated.
Sometimes I envy you when you walk. A blessed peace. Perhaps I'll just down the whole mess.
Alright, so make sure you grab that. I did want to talk about that real quick. So for the boss, I don't know if it's guaranteed, but I'm sure it is. Yeah, I got it every single time I've ever done it. So strength 20, agility 17, very much a quality build. Weapon 150 frostbite and high physical. So it's definitely a decent choice. There's probably better choices later game. It's not like you can fully upgrade a bunch of weapons, unfortunately, right? So like I said, there's probably better choices. But bring that up to +5, or if you like to use the whole game. But you know, if you want to get that close to the start of the game, because I think after Forsaken Fend, you can get the key for up here. You know, it'd be a decent choice starting the game. So now we're gonna move forward. This part sucks. This part really sucks, and it's really hard to get past. I only have 10 minutes. I want to try to do this and get the gate unlocked so we can just fit everything in next episode, but we'll see how it goes. So there's going to be a visible archer, shadow archer, and big bro. I don't think we can reach him from here. Yeah, you see what one arrow just did? So you can't lock onto him to try to hit him from range. What we're wanting to do is, you know, get one guy over here at a time. It's really hard to do. I mean, he's kind of occupied. Get this dickhead down. Make our life much easier. Just be careful with, you know, the frostbite, right? Are you blocked by wood? guy got so much boys. Great. Got Umbral. It's okay. We gotta go Umbral anyways. Yeah, like it's quite hard. In fact, if I didn't lure one out at a time, I would have died before I even got across the bridge. It's that tough to get past, guys. It's that bad. It really is. So, you know, if you die, don't think you suck. It's not gonna suck. I promise you. It's just because it's really hard. Frostbite, like I said, it annihilates your health. So, go ahead and siphon this. We do have a gremlin. Take him out. Now, one of these is a mimic, so what I suggest doing is getting I figured there's another one. I don't remember, but I figured it's there. Anyways, after you take them out, get the mimic first. That way you can pick up all your skulls, all your items, and you're not worried about a mimic, you know, just fucking you, right? Mimics, yeah, it's gonna clear your whole health bar, guys. So, but as I said, if you soul play first, you're just like pick up, you're good to go. So we're gonna rush past everything here. There's gonna be 2 dogs on your left and a little cave. There's gonna be a visible archer on your right. Try to exit Umbral. And what I like to do is try to roll back in the cave so we're not dealing with all of them at the same time. Obviously, this spell is a lifesaver, and I should have used it during taking notes as I died here. It's pretty much embarrassing how many times I died. Now we're about to the really hard parts, and I'm almost out of time, so I'm be careful. There's a mini boss down here. She's gonna do storms of ice. She's gonna shoot projectiles of ice at you. Always comes in threes. There are parasites you can pull to create your own storms, but to me, you kind of get lost. You don't know which storms are hers, which are yours, and she's gonna melt your health bar down, like really quick. Everything she does is gonna just kill you, you know. On top of that, there's a bunch of little people in here, smaller enemies, and it just becomes a point where that's what makes it so hard. So what I like to do is just go right in and just damage her as much as you can. She's already transported. Got it. Oh fuck, we're out of mana. Great. Yeah, she could also project it. Now you can soul play her. Just so as you know. Use some time to heal. Remember, you got your own life too, guys. You see what I'm saying? 1 second, right? 1 fucking second. That's all it took for her to kill you. 1 second flat, right? So do be careful. Try to knock these fuckers out. They're just gonna keep coming though. Soul fighter up over here. And we're dead. So, you know, it's I don't really want to call it hard. You see how we gotta play it. It's annoying, for sure. And I think we're probably just gonna wrap. We got 7 minutes. If I have a really smooth run, like if we have a really smooth run, we might be able to take her out. But that's gonna be running past all these fucking guys, which is just easier said than done. They were already caught. We've already cleared all this, so I wouldn't worry about too much. Get that heal. Get on him. I figured what beat that. But right there, we got her halfway. I mean, we're not going to beat her. But I was hoping we could. I took too many chances. What the fuck? I'm having some kind of malfunction where I'm coming right up Umbral and it's not healing me when I'm attacking people. I've never had that issue before. Remember, it comes in threes. Time to clean up the mob, get your souls. You got 3 soul plate charges. Ah, we about had her. It's okay. I'd rather not try to rush and do it anyways. I wanted to give it, one last shot. And, we were like 1 hit away. I could have hit her 1 more special, and that would have been it. But that's why, like, at the end of the last episode, I'm like, you know what? Let's stop here. Let's not rush, because that's kind of when things go bad. You know what I mean? But either way, we almost had our path clear. So next episode, we're going to begin by taking her out first try, guaranteed, because I'm going to take my time with it and make sure I do. Then we'll unlock our gate, then get access to the fight as a whole. Go through that, probably knock out the Remembrance boss. And there's a few things to do after the Remembrance boss. Another Light Reaper fight with the Die 2. Some items, some heals, Rebirth Chrysalis, a lot of good stuff. Stigma's really important. So we'll probably get up to the boss. I just don't know for sure if we'll be able to do the little things after him. So if we don't, we'll go ahead and take that off, finish the rest of the little stuff the following episode. And then, either go to Upper Calrath, then Pilgrim's Purge, or we'll do like the in-game stuff and hit Upper Calrath right before Castle Premise. So I'm going to have to go through my notes and see what, is the best course of action. Either way, next episode at least will be, getting the fight wrapped on up so we can start moving towards the end game. And when I say that, no, the game isn't almost over. There's a lot to the end game, but just after a certain point, everything's kind of pushing that direction. The end game's probably almost the second half of the game, to be honest with you. Maybe a little less, but not much. It's huge. So don't worry, there's still going to be plenty more opportunity to get levels and upgrades and stuff like that. Either way, we are going to wrap up here. Y'all please like and subscribe. I do appreciate the support. I hope this is helping you guys and hope you are having a good time, and we'll see you back here shortly.